far it's only the second day. No, the first day. It's the first day, and we had a church service yesterday, as you're aware of, which I think, as a Christian community, it's important to start an activity like this under the umbrella of the Most High. We believe in God in St. Kitts and Nevis, or we do recognize other religions, of course, but primarily it's God. So I think that was a good first step. And this morning we had a very interesting engagement with the students, which I think, again, is important to demystify the field of diplomacy. Everyone was very happy to be there. The students came out of their holiday period, and we were surprised at how many of them did. We know it's difficult to get them to come out, but we were happy to see so many of them there. And following the formal discussions, they were very interesting hearing what we had to say. So I think it was important to have that included in the diplomatic week. And I think generally it's important to bring the representatives home to have consultations, to meet with the counterparts from the other states that represent St. Kitts and Nevis in other countries, and to interact with your colleagues, to share experiences, to learn from them what they're doing, how you can improve what you're doing. So I think it's an important activity. I don't know that it has to be every single year, but certainly in my opinion, this has been going very well, and I look forward to other diplomatic weeks and to participate fully in the rest of the agenda. Thank you.
I think this is important to sensitize our people what we are doing, because this is important. Our diplomatic relations is important to our development, and to get people to understand that we are all ambassadors, and we need their support, their engagement in this effort. At the United Nations, you would know that that's the apex, that's the premier institution for multilateralism, and you know of the development goals, the sustainable development goals, which we are addressing that now. So the advocacy of St. Kitts and Nevis at the UN is basically addressing those issues, and so we have to get our citizens to understand that our development, our progress, depends on our relationship with other countries all around the world. And each area, whether it is the Commonwealth or the OAS or the in Ottawa or where it is, these engagements are important, and it's important that we get our people to understand. In fact, the first question was the two questions, excellent question about the OECS and the blacklisting. I mean, our development or lack of development depends on that relationship, and it is in diplomacy that we get to engage and to advance our cause, our interests. And so we have to sensitize the public so that they could be supportive and sensitive to our approaches, and to be informed, because I'm sure that our public could give us information about how we could advance and advocate on their behalf. There's no monopoly of knowledge around this table. And so we come to engage our public, tell them where we are, where we want to go, get their advice, and to take our matter forward.
This morning, during our encounter at the CFBC, the TechVoc division, in making my presentation, I made reference to the fact that diplomats, we function as lawyers who represent clients. So in this case, the client is the government, and we represent them abroad. And in reference to your question, it is important that we as diplomats and our honorary consuls as well return to capital on a periodic basis so that we can meet with the government, the client, if you would like to call it that as well, to learn about any shift in policy that the government would like to or is intending to take, any decisions, new policy decisions that they are taking. And in general, we have to be au fait with all of the decisions that the government decides to take and or intends to take, so that when we are abroad, we can defend, we can represent, and we can support the policies that the government is basically taking.
The diplomatic field for us is very productive. Even here, we learn a lot of information from our ambassador in UN, OAS, EU, DC, Canada. It's very interesting for us as an honorary consul. We can meet the Primary Minister, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Tourism, different ministers, citizenship, investment, administration, and we can talk with them. We can discuss between us also, and we are very happy for this. We met our ambassadors who are accredited in our country. So, and then we can talk with them very easily. I am coming here in this country since 2000, almost 20 years. And I can see the development of this country since 20 years. I remember when I went the first time to Nevis in 2000, and they took my weight to put me in the plane. So now we have a taxi, sea taxi going very quickly. And here we can exchange our idea, our what we are thinking about St. Kitts and Nevis and about the development of the world. Today we are passing in a very difficult time in the world, and all of us, we need peace. I hope we'll have. Thank you.
I think, let me add, with respect to where we ought to be, I think we could make the whole question of Diplomatic Week something extra special. It is a very necessary gathering. I would like to put a little bit more pressure on the Foreign Affairs Department here, whereby they will start to disseminate and send information to a number of us out there, so more or less we know what's going on here, so that we could speak from being informed rather than listening and reading information. Some of it is half-truth and etc. So I'm just saying we can strengthen our Foreign Affairs Department, strengthen our diplomats, strengthen our councils, etc., etc. And I'll close by saying it's kind of nice to have a little booklet as to who is who in our diplomatic area, where pictures, so we know when we meet them, when we visit.
This press conference was very fruitful and enlightening, and the questions were very good, and answers also were very good. I am proud of St. Kitts and Nevis because I am working on women in diplomacy in the World Federation of Consuls, and I heard it St. Kitts and Nevis has more than 50% female diplomats. This is fantastic. Thank you.
I could say you my experience yesterday in the Thanksgiving service in Moravian Church. I'm Catholic, Roman Catholic, but I was there and I felt very well there. And I felt like in Italy, like in Florence, like in my church. And my wife and my children were in a church in Italy, in Florence, some hours before, and they sent me the pitch about the mass, and I send the pitch about the mass in Moravian Church. And I think that it was, for me, my experience, the mean about diplomacy, because we have a father, okay, and we are his son, and if we are his son, we are brother, and if we are brother, we can do a good job together. Thank you very much.
I am the honorary consul in Haiti for St. Kitts, and I'm not mandated or authorized to speak on the political platform as honorary consul for St. Kitts. But on the other hand, I am mandated to represent St. Kitts, to establish possibly trade between the countries, tourism, maybe learn from each other on the tourism side. We are a Caribbean state as well, so we do have tourism. And also, as the representative of St. Kitts, it is my duty to serve any Kittitians passing through Haiti who need support, whether it be certified documentations or to contact their homelands for any type of support. So basically, this is my job. I've been the honorary consul for about 5 years now. I think I fulfilled that. We've had several delegations come through to Haiti. We are a CARICOM state. We are part of the OAS, so we've hosted several meetings in the past where we've had Kittitian delegations come to Haiti. So it has always been my duty and my privilege to host them and to allow them to facilitate their movement and to be as effective as they can in representing their country. So I'm privileged to be the honorary consul in Haiti, and I look forward to eventually developing more of this relationship between the two countries, and thank you.